my best wishes. Let me just show you. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Set to take over these original Fold, the Z Flip, as well as also the Z Fold 2 as a device is really awesome. First off, you look at it compared to the original Fold. The cover display is just much larger. It's around the same footprint, but it is 6.3 inches, so much more usable, especially if you're scrolling or doing things, or even if you're gaming with the front display. Now, of course, that display is a 60 Hz display, and you're thinking, okay, all right, of course, the main display. And that's 7.6 inches. It's got some Android games, and we'll play some Game Pass as well, because of course, you know, that's something that I've been.
Cover me, reloading. Down. Hostile. Enemy contact. Hostile hunter-killer drone inbound.
The blue team has scored for the first time!
Smooth. Now, there are different ways to game, and it looks different whether you're using the cover display or the internal display on the device. When it comes to which we put on our max settings, its median FPS was 60 FPS. Its FPS stability is 100%, so it stayed at that 60 throughout most of its gameplay. CPU's usage was about 8.31%, while GPU's higher at 32%. It used about a gig of memory, so that's how much I was using to play the game. Now, when we move over to PUBG also had a median FPS of 60. Its stability was also at 100%. CPU and GPU were much higher, or at least a little higher, than Call of Duty, which you would expect with PUBG, at 15.16% for CPU, 44.6% for GPU. Memory usage was less at 874, and peak memory was about 875. So, which runs at 120 frames per second. To see how it is, especially all this is stats from the internal display. Vainglory ran at a medium FPS of 120 frames per second, so we got to match, of course, what our displays put out in terms of refresh rates. 99% FPS stability, CPU usage was about 7.3, so it's actually lower, and GPU is a bit higher at 46.15%. In terms of memory, you're looking at 900 once you're getting it, which matches a lot of gaming phones, matches the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra frames per second, which is actually not bad, so it's close to 60. Stability is about 94%. Again, this is Game Pass beta, so this is not the final product, so this most likely will change. CPU usage was 3.4%. Again, this is streaming off the cloud, so you shouldn't use that much. And GPU was not available because it wasn't using the GPU, so you have that there. In terms of memory, you're looking at about 600 megabytes for average memory and 604 for peak. So that actually ran rather warm. I mean, yeah, it hit 101 degrees for me, about 37 to 38 degrees in terms of looking at it in Celsius. And yeah, I don't think because you've got two basically bottom firing speakers on the easier. I suggest people to rotate it. I think overall though, performance on this device is really good. A lot of people will like it. And I think in terms of gaming, this is going to be a great experience. But stay tuned for more videos on the Galaxy Z Fold 2. We're gonna show you to mention that when you're gaming and you are gaming with external display, not every game supports quick switching. So Call of Duty Mobile, you play a game with external display, you jump into the internal display, it still stays in the resolution of the external display. PUBG, on the other hand, differently, it jumps and it resizes. So game developers, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you like, don't forget to